Bula FM number 2 and seri.
In this bulletin, seasonal ban on Kawa and Ndonu lifted. More awareness needed to stop child trafficking. And social welfare recipients urged to recertify.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Ateda Lendua.
The Ministry of Fisheries, following consultations with the government, has lifted the seasonal ban on Kawa and Ndonu. Minister Semi Kroelavisao says the ban has been suspended as the plight of Fijians who rely on the two species for their livelihood has to be considered. Kroelavisao stated a lot of Fijians had requested early termination of this year's ban to mitigate the implications of COVID-19 on those relying on fish sales for income. The minister says the ban during June to July was sufficient and therefore the remaining 2 months have been taken away.
The normal ban period is from June to the end of September, which is 4 months. So in order to assist the resource owners, traditional resource owners, and the economic assistance that it can provide within our economy, government has decided to reduce the months that the ban will be left in place.
Save the Children Fiji is calling for more awareness in local communities regarding the issue of child trafficking. After the latest report of the youngest victim being an 11-year-old, the NGO is concerned with the way information is relayed to communities and families. Chief Executive Shairana Ali says children are mostly targeted by traffickers because of their age and vulnerability. She says the fact that child trafficking is not the most talked about issue is concerning.
I do recognize that, child trafficking is really quite a sensitive issue at the moment. There's a lot of misinformation within the communities. That is what we have noticed as we go into the communities and talk about trafficking issues. We have noticed that communities don't really have a good understanding of the issue. They're not able to recognize when it happens until it's too late.
The Social Welfare Ministry has urged the 10,000 recipients whose allowances have been put on hold to make an application for recertification. Minister Mereseni Buniwanga says their allowance will only continue if they meet the ministry's requirements. Buniwanga says it's crucial for the recipients to provide the correct information in order to receive the allowances. She adds they are working around the clock to ensure those that have recertified receive their allowance.
They need to come in and recertify. They need to fill out the forms. There's about over 10,000 people that need to come in and fill out the forms that they need to fill out.
The ministry has over 77,000 recipients under its social welfare programs, which includes Social Pension Scheme, Poverty Benefit Scheme, and the Care and Protection Allowance. The Construction Industry Council believes there are a lot of potential in the sector. Chief Executive Vijay Naidu is calling on Fijians to upskill themselves and make use of the new opportunities. Naidu adds a lot of projects will be coming up that will provide jobs to the people. The Chief Executive says the Council will be employing locals once the industry bounces back.
We need to upskill our people. The skills and knowledge is not there. Upskill yourself. Don't just be happy if you're a painter. Don't just be happy to be a painter. Learn another skill within the industry because you will be needed.
The Public Rental Board has not recorded any breaches of the tenancy agreement compared to past months. Acting General Manager Patrick Veo believes with a nationwide curfew in place and the frequent monitoring of activities at the PRB estates, tenants are becoming more responsible. Veo adds some of the issues the PRB now aims to reduce are loitering at odd hours, proper disposal of rubbish, and the maintenance of individual units.
People are sort of abiding by the tenancy agreement. I think it is hard time, and we don't one unnecessary breaches, not like earlier and at the end of last year. But during this period, I can say that tenants are maintaining the tenancy agreement well.
Mangroves not only protect shorelines from damaging storm and hurricane winds, waves and floods, but they also prevent erosion. This was highlighted by Minister for Youth Parveen Kumar, who joined the youth of Vunivi Ra to plant more than 600 mangrove seedlings. The mangrove planting program in Ra was made possible after the minister committed to the villagers to assist in the climate change activities undertaken by them. Kumar stressed his ministry is committed to encouraging youths to take action against climate change in their communities.
And I would like to make an announcement, Turanganati Navitilevu, that we will take on that project, and we will also do a nursery in partnership with WAISCA. But in return, we need some support from you people as well, because that can be done, but somebody will have to look after. And that's where the youths of this village comes in.
Anguish is turning into anger in Lebanon's capital, Beirut, as authorities and citizens try to find out who or what is to blame for the explosion on Tuesday. While the president is vowing to punish those responsible, documents showing warning signs were missed or worse, ignored for years. Up ahead, FIGI-FA target $30 million net asset, and Serupepeli Wularika back with Suva.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Fiji Football Association's new Vice President, Ayaz Musa, says he is happy to have played his part in revitalizing the finances of the sport under the guidance of President Rajesh Patel. Musa was elected unopposed during the annual Congress today. The new Fiji FA's West VP today said he is ready to step up to the challenge and also help the sport reach greater heights. Musa has also revealed that they have set a target of around $13 million for the FIGI-FA net assets. With COVID-19 having wreaked havoc for sports all around the world, Musa says they will not let the sport stay on the sidelines, but ensure all football continues.
I was also part of the finance committee. We have built it up in the last 4 years. We have basically built the whole finance up from where Saukan is left till when Rajesh came in. We have basically built up under Mr. Patel's guidance, and you can basically see year in, year out, our net asset, our net worth is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And probably our 2020 target would be we'll be reaching about, our net worth would be around about 13 million.
The Punjab's Battle of the Giants kicks off today with a total of 8 teams vying for naming rights to one of Fiji's prestigious football title. Having started 40 years ago, this gave birth to modern football in Fiji in its present form. The sport has over the years brought out some of the household names like Usaya Tandu of Rewa, Valerio Nawatu and Netanin Doli of Lotoka. Hoping to scout the next big thing in Fiji football, national head coach Fleming Sheretslev says this is where local talent can be spotted.
First of all, it's an extremely good opportunity to watch all players on top level here in the country, and it gives me a very good opportunity to compare players with each other.
In an hour's time, the Sharma's Investment USA Lambasa will begin its Punjab's Battle of the Giants title defense. The defending champions meet Flow Valve's Suva at 2 p.m. with all hope on starting their campaign on a winning note. Captain Siotame Kumbu says the Mbambasinga Lions are prepared to tackle whatever hurdle comes their way.
We've been preparing well for this tournament because it's not. We know it's not easy to defend the title, but we are ready for the battle.
This match will be shown live and exclusive on FBC TV. Also today at 4 p.m., Priceline Pharmacy Bar battles GoFry Nasinu, and Hyperchem Lotoka hosts Delta One Automotive Repairs Rewa at 6:30 p.m. The live commentary of these matches will be on Mirchi FM. The inclusion of high-profile players like Seru Pepeli Wularika and Alosia Nanduva in the Suva lineup will help boost the side's performance in the Skipper Cup competition. The two have been named in round 3 of the competition against Nandi tomorrow. Wularika, who has been out of the rugby circuit for a few months due to personal reasons, has stepped in to represent the capital side. Suva manager Nemani Tuifangalele says they're happy with Wularika's return.
A high-profile player like Wularika, we are glad that he now has answered the call to come and play. We know that he's got some personal family problems which he has put that aside.
Tasiri Rugby is banking on its younger players as they prepare for Saturday's Fairbrother and Skipper Cup clash against Namosi. Coach Ilaitia Tuisese says the debutants have been instrumental in their win against Nandi and Lotoka in the last 2 rounds. He says the Highlanders have set very high goals coming into the season, and stripping the Fairbrother trophy from Namosi tops the agenda.
Everyone tends to win, and the goal is you set the standards high, the bar, and you have to work hard all the time. And that's what we aim to do. If they're confident, I'm confident.
Mostly fine conditions are prevailing throughout the country. There's a slight chance of light showers in the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. The nights will remain cool. And that's your FBC News Now. Join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. In times of crisis, you need news you can trust. Get the facts from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio, and digital news, fbcnews.com.fj, keeping Fijians connected with the truth. Have a great weekend.
Bula, I'm Miri, I'm from Lotoka, and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.